Hey everybody, Scott here again. Welcome back to the Guilty Pleasure Cinema, celebrating the movies you're embarrassed to love and showcasing those you might have missed. This is an impromptu GPT. What's the GPT? We haven't had one since Halloween, but it's a Guilty Pleasures test, where I take a look at a movie and see if it is a guilty pleasure, because sometimes I showcase the movies you might have missed, sometimes I miss it too. This one's a little different. This one is for bending the rules. Now, everything from this movie looking like it was supposed to be called Breaking the Rules and whatever. It stars Edge, the WWE wrestler. Now, the thing about that is, I always thought he was one of the more charismatic and funny ones out there. Sure, he plays some of the comedy too over the top, but put him in a buddy cop movie, that has potential to me. So obviously, I grabbed it. Well, I've been watching it while I do other projects, and yeah, so far, not so good. How not so good? To the point that I went and got my camera right now to shoot this. It's a WWE Films production, which only says so much about it, but what we have so far is what looks like a very formulaic type of movie. And I don't mean in the buddy cop type movie or whatever you want to call this. I don't even really know yet. But what it is so pedestrian in how it's done. There's a bit where you have an establishing scene, and a car pulls away. So it's got the low shot of the car pulling away. It's got a shot... It's very hard to explain that, but there's nothing unique. Like, they put that shot in there because they think they need to put that shot in there. You don't. It's padding. For a movie that's 87 minutes, so what we have is a movie with a lot of potential that's based on the concept and what looked like a funny trailer, and so far isn't. I've actually paused it at a moment, and I'll sum up what we have so far, because I like to do these ones really not knowing that much about it aside from a general idea, providing it's the test. What we have is Edge waking up in New Orleans. He's a New Orleans cop, and he trips a guy, arrests him, isn't even sure why he's arresting him, and says as much in a line, which is actually kind of funny, but like, he knows the guy, so he's going to arrest him because he knows the guy's up to something. He gets attacked at gunpoint by a masked man who wants the guy, who wants the paper that the guy dropped. And Edge says, "It's New Orleans, why are you wearing that mask? Like, it's so hot, isn't it itchy? What you need is a big hug." And the guy's like, "You're crazy," and leaves. Now that's, to start, it's good conceptually, and Edge is good too, but it didn't play out well, because the guy could have just shot him, took it and leave, or walk around to get the thing and leave. Like, it didn't make much sense. He goes to a courtroom, he gets, basically, we don't know what he's in for yet with Internal Affairs, because they're going to take a look at it, but he's in there with a DA who's going after dirty cops, and the whole thing that he did was he got drunk in a bar fight, and that was pretty much it, but he's a cop, so he shouldn't do that. And the jury was deadlocked, and they called a mistrial. The DA, however, is having a horrible day, because his dad's car has gotten stolen. That just happened. His mom, who's a famous actress, who's in Edge's favorite movie, the character here, Tomorrow Again, I think it's called, whatever. She's after him because the dad is going after some younger girl, and that's distressing her. We've got Edge himself, who, I mean, it's legitimate. When he arrested the guy, he took the money out of his wallet. He said he'll give it back once he realizes what's up, because there's actually some kind of code in the paper that he's got someone trying to decipher for him. But so far, that's pretty much it. But this guy's on his birthday. He's got lunch with his wife of 15 years, who is leaving him. He doesn't get the DA job that he wants. He's assistant DA, because he doesn't care about the bad guys, which is his argument against why he's not getting it. The guy who gets it actually cares more on both sides of things, so it's a ridiculous argument. Like, that's like saying Harvey Dent is too compassionate. He shouldn't be. No. And so far, it's not funny because the guy gets pulled over, the DA that is, that night, his birthday. Everything is just gone to absolute crap. He gets pulled over by police who are very normal in talking to him, saying, license and registration. Have you been drinking? And he's like, no, I'm really tired. I fell asleep. I've had a bad day. You're resisting arrest, sir. I need to step out of the vehicle. What are you talking about? You're resisting arrest. Step out of the vehicle. And he gets out. It's like, I'm not resisting arrest. You definitely are resisting arrest, sir. And it's police brutality of a psychological way. And it's also being filmed by the other cop. We keep seeing it through his perspective. He says, if you keep resisting arrest, I will tase you, and then tases him. Calls Edge from the guy's phone in his car, says, hey, you need to come over to this street. They're laughing their asses off, and they leave. And Edge comes over, asks what happened, and the guy leaves. The next day, they're watching it. They're laughing, the cops watching it are laughing over and over. And Edge is like, what are you doing? Where's his car? Because he reported it stolen. They're like, and you go off and talk about what happened and why they did it. The tasing him. Like, we didn't take his car, though. We really didn't. So far, we're not quite sure if he did. The DA at this point is at home and just sees the car being driven by. So we're about to find out what happened. But at that point, with all this stuff with the police, that's literally what he's fighting. It's supposed to be played for laughs, but I'm siding with the weenie douchebag because the police are being corrupt. The police are being wasteful. It's not a funny scene. Thankfully, Edge is agreeing with that, so at least they're playing that part of it right. But it's so trivial and stupid. I have high hopes for this movie, and that's why it's on the GPT as a test. Because I don't know what to expect out of this. I'm a little worried. It's already no better. He gets on his kid's bike to go chase down that stolen car and tumbles out of the driveway and hits his head. He's bleeding. And the police who came over to investigate the stolen car are saying, move. And this cop is being a dick. He's like, get out of the street, move, do it, get out. And the cop is like, I don't see any report, there's nothing here. And just being a complete jerk. Now he's at the station and the same thing's happening. He's asking for help on the stolen car. He's been waiting for an hour. And all the cops are saying that this is an electrifying conversation. It's scintillating. It must be jolting that you're here. Ammo! Ammunition! For this crap, for crying out loud. Like, God. And this is the captain, who's the stereotypical black, angry captain toward Edge. God! So we got our first action scene with Edge, and it was more he tripped up a guy. And that's pretty much it. These old guys beat him up for comedy, or what passes for it. And now we're over to the DA packing up, or this isn't DA, because he didn't get the DA job. And his assistant is Alicia Witt. Bah! So, yeah. So far, a disappointing action scene.
My father wants me to be a DA.
Really, I have no idea what the entire point of this movie is. It's one of those ones where it's trying to be kind of a misleading thing. Looks like the code in the paper is licenses, so that's for stolen cars, which is... It's, the entire scheme is stealing cars. So, there's that, but they're going to be playing this for a while where we don't know that. This is a movie that needed to get it up front. Like Tango and Cash did, the very first moments, we know what's going on. This is going for a similar feel, but with an idea of we're going to reveal what's going on as we go. He finds a contact and goes after the guy's car. A meter maid gets the guy and shoots him and puts him in. So when Edge comes out of the place looking for the martial arts guy, he sees the meter maid putting a ticket on his car, which is this big orange truck thing, kind of unique, and he's giving him a ticket. Well, what happened before that was we saw the guy who Edge attacked. I'm sorry, they're doing donut jokes. Because he's a cop, right? So it's funny.
Cost me 50 grand to bail him out.
That's all gone.
You still police?
Technically, he's on administrative leave. Technically.
But anyway, this is not funny. Oh, he's doing a fight scene with handcuffs.
Never see that coming.
That was good though. He kicked the guy in the head, butted him through a table.
Wasted 50 grand.
Take the damn handcuffs off. Idiots.
Anyway, sorry, it's just I keep watching the moments that are trying to be good and they're not. But we get the guys going for the list, and what we saw earlier was that guy who had the list that Edge
Make any sense of this?
arrested and ran. He was in a car that had a ticket on it, and a guy came along and put a ticket and took the one off.
Yeah.
He's the same guy who shot the martial arts guy and put the ticket on Edge's. Looks like there's a meter maid doing this.
My club. That was my guy yesterday.
And yeah, here we go. We got the redhead. And it looks like she's hostage. So she was just the informant type, at least from what we've got here.
How you been?
And Gil, who's the guy with the list. I'm going to call him that now because there's so many, really so many variables of who's who in this. So the redhead's Rosalind. That's Alicia Witt's character. We've got his cop friend showing up with the DA now. They're coming separately because Gil has her and is talking to Nick in order to figure out who is the one doing this hit list to confirm, because then it's can put him away. He's already in prison, but it's people who are acting on it. And also Edge called in his contact, the donut guy, who's the other part of the whole gang thing. They're splintered. There's this good gang.
That's funny.
They were the ones with the ski mask earlier. So.
Where's the paper blades?
Oh. And yeah. So Alicia Witt just killed Gil.
I had such a good time watching you on trial. You're the happiest defendant I've ever seen.
Try to stay positive.
And suddenly a really good actress showed up.
Right.
I mean, I've known Alicia Witt's good. And there's actually a decent cast in this, all in all. But
Just to say so. Like maybe the last.
she's playing this good.
Things sounded fishy.
Independent contractor.
Okay. So
Once you get to know him.
Edge is talking to her because she shot the guy. Like, that's not what a treating employee. She goes, independent contractor. That's a hilarious wrestling joke because all the wrestlers, as far as the WWE are concerned, are independent contractors, so they don't have like health insurance and your unions or stuff like that. It's infinitely more funny in a WWE Studios movie.
I'm an only child who gets kind of overprotective.
So then Edge's cop friend shows up and is immediately shot by Alicia Witt. And then here's all these guys coming out in slow-mo for a gunfight. Literally, we're watching a gun battle between two sides where we don't know anybody with forced slow-mo. That's where they slow something down that wasn't shot for slow motion. It looks really bad. But it's two gangs. The one we've not seen whatsoever, and the other one we saw like very briefly early on, the ski mask guys. And they literally all just shot each other. And it was the length of what I just said. Every single one of... Like, there's no survivor of it. Edge ducked. The DA's in the car hidden. I don't know what happened to Alicia. And the cop friend got hit in the shoulder. As far as I know, there's 4 people. Oh, there's Alicia down. That was the stupidest goddamn thing. Oh, no. She was faking it. Okay, that was good. Oh, God!
No compromises, no deals.
Okay, she was hit. But
No deal free.
she's the daughter of the guy who's put away, who's doing this hit list. That's why she was doing it. That's how she had the contact. And Edge just shot her. And the whole thing was no compromise, no deal, no nothing, blah, blah, blah. Well, the cop friend had a bulletproof vest. Good. Of course. So yeah, Edge took out the big bad, who was Alicia Witt, who's not a big bad. I like casting like that, though. That works. She was like the prim, proper, nice, perfect outfit. Here she had like a hoodie just for the contact informant thing.
Well, Wool was her
But-
mother's maiden name.
That was really good.
Narrator.
So they go look at the hotel parking lot and find the car. But now, who had it? I'm predicting it's the dad because he's kind of Alzheimer-y. And honestly, of all the characters in this movie, the one that we're supposed to laugh at the misfortune of is the most real. And everybody else sucks in this. They're not funny. It's not entertaining. It's unfortunately very much WWE humor in the lowest common denominator in when they try comedy. Like, oh, here we go. And he just got psyched. And it's that parking attendant guy, so not exactly sure what we're going to have here, but this car's getting wrecked. It's a very nice Studebaker. So, and now they're just ramming it. I don't understand this, because this isn't related to anything we've been seeing. Oh, no, sorry, this is the guy who he would have fingered. This is the one, because Gil was going to give him the contact. This is that guy.
Apologize to your father for me.
So,
Dad, I am really, really sorry.
he's going to go crash the car now. This is our climax. Yeah, 2 cars head to head. That's actually a good crash. Friggin' stupid. But they literally just played chicken and both crash into each other. The good guys are getting out in the Studebaker, and the guy in the truck is just kind of slumped over. That was stupid. They're squared up. What are they gonna do?
Is he dead?
That's what happened.
Doc.
And we're back to luck.
Who is he? On Van Beaver's payroll, no doubt.
It's back to dumb luck that they're okay and he isn't.
And dearest to him. We got lucky.
I've never been lucky.
Now, okay, you know what? Edge just says we were lucky. And through the whole movie, he's always been lucky. He got lucky with the jury having a mistrial. He got lucky with the dad having Alzheimer's, thinking that Edge, when he came in, was his brother and didn't shoot him. Because he would never shoot his brother. So he's like, oh, I've always been lucky. Stuff like that. So that actually,
So speaking of you sending me
I don't mind that. That was actually pretty good. I like that playing out. But that's one thing where they should have had it more often. But they didn't, so.
Yeah, well,
Oh, and here's time for some comedy, where the dad goes to get the car. Yep, it was him all along, and it's not there. He looks, turns around, walks away. There's pieces on the ground. Yeah, and he's asking about it. So it was. So, to sum this up, the car was never stolen. So the entire subplot was unnecessary whatsoever. That's that part of it. We're following him now walking around. Like... The movie's over! Like Jason at Trisk said, because he coined mine, so he said, Somerton's Law says, bad guy's dead, there's not that much more movie left. Why isn't the movie over? We're spending way too much time on this. You know what it's going to be? Everyone thinks that everybody else cares about the car more than they really do.
Are you sure? I'm sorry. I know how much it meant to you.
There it is.
Me? That car meant everything in the world to you.
Everything. No. It's a fine automobile.
Yep. So the mom thought that the car was the most important thing in the world to the dad.
It's just a car.
As did the son. And the dad's like, oh, it's gone. I don't overreact. And he's like,
I love you, Dad.
it means everything in the world to you. To me, son, to you. Son, it's just a car.
We interviewed a few judges on this trial.
And now we fade to black because we have Edge at the internal affairs meeting, and they're talking to the DA saying, so did he do this? Did he do this? Did he do this? Because they dropped a case because whatever. It's like, so did he ever flash his badge or say he's a cop or swing his weapon? Now, through the entire movie, Edge always said, technically, I'm on administrative leave. So they do have that out. And they do also have the DA talking about that, saying, like, it's my job to do justice, to follow the rules. And Edge is like, you never bent them? You never did that? So there's your title, Bending the Rules. So I commend them on that. It actually is a meaningful conversation at one point about it. But they get to there and say, so you never did any of that? Technically, no. And that's entirely correct. He did police work, but he was hired on as a PI by the mom to do all this stuff. They're like, oh, but your dad had the car. Yeah, but he didn't know that. It's a stupid argument. It literally ends with the same technically no, Edge smirks, we go to black. This is a movie that didn't know how to start, tell its story, or end. It was very pedestrian, as I said. There's a lot that could have been done with this concept that simply wasn't. It's such a better concept than was executed. As far as I'm concerned, this fails outright. And I'm not going to bring back the graphics I have for the Guilty Pleasure test or the fail logo. Not doing it until I actually get proper ones, because really this is more of a vlog type show as it is, but I was hopeful that this could be a GPC. I really was, that I may have discovered something. But I'm disappointed, and yet I'm not even that. This was a movie that was there. It was a movie. And barely even at that. I do not recommend this whatsoever. There you have it. So that's it for the GPT today. You shouldn't feel guilty about it if it's a movie you love. Especially if it's one that you might have missed. Celebrate that, but Bending the Rules is very missable. Thanks again.